1977, and we're a second-generation family-owned and operated business located northeast of the city of Philadelphia on the East Coast of the United States, where we have a deep commitment and belief in hyperlocalization to support our local economy and to bring growth to the area. We serve a number of industries here at PDC. We serve our first industries, we're serving the industrial and specialty gas industries, pumping gases like helium, argon, hydrogen, krypton, neon, and various other rare gases, as well as we make products for the hydrogen, energy, and refueling industry. We have the largest market share in compression applications worldwide in the hydrogen business, with over 450 in energy applications throughout the world. We also have an installed base of over 4,000 compressors in our product portfolio dating back to our founding. And now PDC is ready to bring scale to production to the markets that we serve. Partnering with Ibis Energy Solutions, who brings over 30 years of integration and development experience for various hydrogen solutions, they've partnered with PDC to bring sales, manufacturing, and service of our SimpleFuel product and other hydrogen solutions to the industry. And now I will give a short video description of our diaphragm compression technology. So diaphragm compression is based on a reciprocating style piston compressor technology, which is based on a traditional crank mechanism, which oscillates a high pressure oil piston, which moves a high pressure hydraulic oil in a controlled cavity. A triple set of metallic membranes are captured between the flanges and only have static seals, which ensure that we do not have any contamination of the hydrogen or any of the other rare gases that it is that we compress. We have integral systems to ensure that we always have prime to the system to ensure high energy efficiency of the compression that we do. PDC has a really detailed hydrogen vision, and really what we are looking to do is cultivate a business platform that propels fuel cell vehicle usage and hydrogen energy applications through the deployment of world-class infrastructure and service. And we do this with a hyper laser focus on customer and market focus. At PDC, we listen to our customers and the market to design products that solve problems, and then we create solutions to solve those dedicated customer problems. And we do this by providing world-class product to the world's codes and standards. Anywhere in the world, we can deliver a product to that code and standard for a lifetime of use. And we truly have world reach. We have offices on 4 continents with dedicated sales, service, and support offices in every region that we serve, from PDC China to PDC GK in Japan, PDC Korea, PDC US, and soon to becoming PDC in the European Union. And our product has world reach. Here we have some of our high-profile projects through our partners around the world, from China and Korea and Japan through the European Union and the US, filling cars, trucks, buses, forklifts, trains, and various other applications in the hydrogen energy world. At PDC, we deeply believe that partnerships are what is going to bring hydrogen to scale. I've just talked about our partnership with Ibis Energy Solutions, as well as PDC has a strategic partnership as the exclusive licensor of Argonne National Labs' patent for hydrogen refueling station control algorithm called pressure consolidation. If anybody has questions about that, we'd be happy to receive an email to talk about that. In February, PDC launched with the Philadelphia Eagles, a partnership that I'm really, really excited about as a lifelong Eagles football fan. We are the proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles, where we will be bringing a SimpleFuel refueler and various hydrogen technologies to their day-to-day operations. And then PDC has various regional partners through our offices around the world, bringing PDC technology with their local expertise and localization efforts to those local markets. Our partnership with the Philadelphia Eagles is part of their Go Green campaign and their sustainability program. And what PDC will be doing is providing a SimpleFuel hydrogen refueler to their football stadium, Lincoln Financial Field. It'll be adjacent to the stadium, and it'll be refueling a fleet of material handling equipment, hydrogen electric carts, and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. And we're really, really excited about this being potentially the largest pop culture user of hydrogen anywhere in the world. At PDC, we've really invested heavily at bringing our facilities and production capabilities up to scale. We've invested in a third plant, which brings over 100,000 square feet of manufacturing space available, as well as using various lean manufacturing techniques. In a year or so, we'll be able to produce over 100 compressors per week throughout our 3 manufacturing facilities. And it's something we're very excited to be able to bring to the hydrogen market. And now we will go on a virtual tour of PDC's manufacturing facilities. And with that, I'm going to send it over to my colleague, Jim Petrecki, who's Director of Hydrogen Energy for the Americas, the European Union, and Oceania. With that, take it away, Jim.
Thank you, Kareem. Hydrogen mobility has come a long way in a short time. Globally, there are a few hundred hydrogen stations and a number of attractive fuel cell options. While this is exciting, hydrogen networks are not without their challenges. Number one, stations are generally expensive because they are oversized for initial demand. Number two, limited cars on the road make it difficult to substantiate private investment to build a network. And three, station downtime can leave people stranded. Drivers want to be able to fuel their car without traveling long distances to a station. So, to accelerate the adoption of hydrogen vehicles, flexible and resilient station mechanisms are needed. It's very clear that large refueling stations capable of fueling many cars per day will be critical to the widespread adoption of fuel cell vehicles. But what if there were simplified stations to support early growth? What would those critical features be? A smaller number of fills per day would reduce CapEx. On-site production gets rid of deliveries. Minimal setbacks allows the station to be located almost anywhere. And if you look at the reliability issues of these large stations, the chiller is the biggest issue. Eliminating the chiller improves reliability, reduces cost, and reduces energy usage. Without the pre-cooled hydrogen that the chiller provides, the filling times are longer, but that's not the priority in a resilient network. What's most important is that the hydrogen is available and drivers can continue to fuel their vehicles. With that in mind, let's look at an example of what we envision for improved network resiliency. In Long Beach, there's a hydrogen station at the AM/PM. If the Long Beach station is not available, the next station is in Torrance, which is about 15 minutes away. For the price of 2 full-size hydrogen stations, we can blanket the area with 12 SimpleFuel stations at convenient locations like grocery stores, hardware stores, and office buildings. With quick top-offs available, we expect each station to handle about 10 to 20 cars. So think about this. The network of SimpleFuel stations could help improve demand and justify investment into larger hydrogen stations. Then, when they've served the purpose, some of the SimpleFuel could be moved to new locations to expand the coverage area. We're getting a lot of interest from customers who want to use SimpleFuel to create green hydrogen for their fleets. Directly connecting to renewables, such as solar and wind, gives customers a true option for zero-emission fuel. One example, the Philadelphia Eagles will deploy a SimpleFuel at Lincoln Memorial Field to fuel some of their fleet. The team has 11,000 solar panels on their stadium to enable green hydrogen production. A second example, Greentown Labs uses a 200 kilowatt rooftop solar array and energy storage to power a SimpleFuel in Boston. Chris O'Brien will provide a virtual tour of this installation shortly. Renewables offer electricity as low as 2 or 3 cents per kilowatt hour. With SimpleFuel, the all-in hydrogen cost can be as low as $9 a kilogram, lower than what you would find at current retail stations. Uptime is critical to the success of the hydrogen network. All SimpleFuel stations in the field are connected over the internet and remotely monitored continuously. This allows our service teams to diagnose issues and respond quickly, but it also allows us to predict and fix issues before they result in downtime. Our Kessen site in Japan is a testimony to how well this works. The site is so remote, it takes 6 hours for field technicians to reach the site, yet the station has run with extremely high uptime for the last 2 years. On the field service side, SimpleFuel takes advantage of PDC's global coverage. We manufacture many of our parts in-house, which allows us to manage a comprehensive parts inventory that can be shipped out overnight to ensure maximum uptime. Now, we'll show you an animation of how SimpleFuel works. Removing the panels shows the electrolyzer stack and cleanup system. The electrolyzer uses electricity to split the water into hydrogen and oxygen. The PSA eliminates water and further purifies the hydrogen to fuel cell grade. The compressor boosts the hydrogen to about 400 bar. And storage tanks hold a little less than 5 kilograms ready to be dispensed. A firewall around the storage enables SimpleFuel to be sited directly adjacent to a building. The PLC, valve panel, and instrumentation safely control the rate of hydrogen flow to the vehicle tank. The nozzle dispenses to a 350 bar vehicle in as little as 2 minutes per kilogram, and to a 700 bar vehicle in as little as 10 minutes per kilogram. External storage can be connected to SimpleFuel to improve dispensing times. So back to the slides. The last slide I have for you is a high-level spec sheet. SimpleFuel is capable of 20 kilograms per day, which is the equivalent of 1,200 miles. It takes 480 volts AC power and converts it to the electricity needed by the stack, controls, and safety components. SimpleFuel is quiet enough to be located anywhere. For installation, the footprint is smaller than the car it is fueling. And with forklift provisions in the frame, it can be relocated as the hydrogen network grows. As hydrogen mobility expands, there will inevitably be some issues. But when those issues come up, SimpleFuel can help provide the resiliency needed to keep customers adopting fuel cells. And now we will see the aforementioned virtual tour of the SimpleFuel installation at Greentown Labs.
The installation is pretty straightforward. We have our electrical cabinets, which have 480 volt power coming in. That electrical goes over to the SimpleFuel unit. We also have water that's coming from inside the building, and both the electrical and water just run over into the main enclosure here. From the main enclosure, the only outputs are the nozzle to the car and vent stacks for excess hydrogen and oxygen going up to the roof. Maintenance is also very straightforward. We have a compressor, we have an electrolyzer. The compressor has a 6-month service. Replace the oil, nothing complicated. The electrolyzer is serviced once a year, where we replace electrolyte. Again, something can be done in about an hour by trained technicians.
Pre-cut facility in Iwate Prefecture in Japan, courtesy of Toyota Lease and Financing, who produced the video.
気仙プレカット事業協同組合では家を建てる時に木材の調達から建て方までね一貫体系でやってるっていうのが大きな特徴なんですね。工場の中でやっている仕事ですね。工場の中は例えば冬は窓なんか開けてないじゃないですか。やはり燃料電池フォークリフトが一番向いてるってことですよね。そして工場を閉め切っても空気が汚れない、働く人たちにとってね非常に良いことなんで、そういうふうなあれを目指したってことですよね。
気仙プレカット様がご希望なさっております。まず環境のこと、そしてこれからのことに関しまして、それに当てはまるのは弊社の水素電池リフトかなと思ってご案内しました。
やっぱり静かっていうことが一番メリットだなと思いました。自分が乗っていてそう感じました。
燃料電池フォークリフトだと音しないですよ。人間にとってすごい優しいフォークリフトだと思いますね。工場の中はラックを持ち出す時はでっかいフォークリフトだけれども、段取りする時には燃料電池フォークリフトを使っているので、工場の中の排気ガスっていうのは減ってますよね、かなりね。自分が理想とする形ですよね。
パワーの方は普通の 2.5 トン車のフォークリフトと変わりはなくできていると思います。
現状であまりある水だとかを使えば 環境にもそうですし、フォークリフトの使用現場としても最適かなと思っておりました。
倉庫がありまして、その屋根に太陽光パネルですね乗っけて、その電気を利用して水素を取り出して使ってるっていう形ですね。水はね、ここの施設の中にね湧いてくる水だから枯れないでずっと来るわけですよ。その水を電気分解して水素に変えればガソリンと同じ役目をしてくれるわけじゃないですか。
大体3分ぐらいで終わりますので、手間っていうほどではないと思うんで、軽油を入れるような感覚で使いやすいですね。
スピードの速い対応ですよね。嫌な顔一つしないで根節丁寧に一つ一つ実現してね、そういう点は世界のトヨタさんだなっていう私は思ってます。イノベーションにコストってないよっていうふうに私は思ってるのですよね。トヨタさんは膨大な労力と膨大なお金を使ってるんだと思います。世界のために非常に素晴らしいんだなっていうふうには私は思ってますね。
Sorry about the technical challenges. With that, we're going to open it up for question and answer now.
And okay, so hi, my name is Danny. I've been administering the chat this time during this webinar, and I'm going to be picking some of the question and answers and reading them out. So, from Marek Golbieski, we have a question: how noisy is this type of compressor?
This compressor in the SimpleFuel unit runs under 70 decibels.
Okay, and from Vincent Oldenbrook, they have a question with regards to the spec sheet. So, optional vehicle communication. Do you mean 700 bar infrared communication?
Go ahead, Jim.
Yes, that is correct. We can have vehicle communications. The IR communications is what is intended there. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say that in the handouts, we've got the SimpleFuel spec sheet, as well as a detailed PDC compressor brochure that you can take a look at.
Okay, yeah, and from Michael Kashuba, we have the 70 MPa fill is unchilled. What is the typical top upflow rate?
The flow rate is it's about 1 kilogram every 10 minutes. So, a tenth of a kilogram per minute.
Got it. Okay, and so from John Parkham, we have, if you use the previous style refueling nozzle, what is lower the cost of the station? Will it lower the cost of the station significantly? Is it the difference between a $7,000 nozzle and a $25,000 nozzle?
I'm not sure I understood the nature of the question. So if you could send me an email at the address that's listed on the slide that's in front of you right now, I'll be able to answer your question.
Okay, then we have one from Sebastian Miranda, who asks, is it feasible to visit any of the sites where you have a SimpleFuel to see the equipment and how it operates?
Well, we do have a SimpleFuel at our facility in Warminster, Pennsylvania. So we would love to have you once the COVID-19 passes here and people can travel freely. We would love to have you come visit the facility, see our manufacturing site. We do have a Hyundai Nexo at our facility that we fuel almost every day. And so there's also another one in Boston as we had identified in the slides, and also the virtual tour that you can also check out as well. The other installations are in Japan. We have a number of other installations that are happening in the next year. And so as we roll those out, you'll be able to access them.
Great. Now we have one question from Vincent Oldenbrook, which has gotten upvotes from the general chat, and he asks, "Is SimpleFuel already available in Europe? Do you already have you already installed a system?" And specifically, he's interested in knowing about the Netherlands.
Yeah, so we have yet to install a SimpleFuel in Europe. However, we are talking with a lot of interested customers. It will happen. We do have a lot of experience with PED, ATEX, and CE certification. We have well over 100 compressors in the hydrogen energy market in Europe, and we have built SimpleFuel with CE in mind. So most of the components that are in SimpleFuel are already PED or ATEX rated or have that option available. So we have standardized our SimpleFuel with Europe in mind.
Just to reinforce what Jim said, SimpleFuel is really meant, and it's built and designed to be a world product. So the code and standard certification process, which we work with Intertek, it comes as a listed product for the installation, whether it's in Europe. We're getting ready to deploy one to Australia, Japan, and the European Union.
Great. Now we have a question from Patrick Brewer, who asks, "What is the storage pressure inside of the unit?"
Storage pressure is approximately 400 bar. So with the 350 bar fueling, we use pressure differential. For a 700 bar fueling, we use the compressor to do an additional step of boosting from that 400 bar up to 700 bar for a passenger vehicle fueling.
Great. Okay.
I'm going to pick up a question here, Danny. So Mark Monroe
sure.
asked a number of questions here in regards to permitting requirements to get one of these installed, typical lead time, and so to kind of piggyback both of those, the typical lead time for both the 350 and 700 bar unit are the same. So right now we're running about 6 to 7 months on the lead time for a unit. But that's, pending COVID-19 challenges that everybody is facing around the world. We are an essential business and we're open, so we're able to continue to operate production. And permitting requirements is a great question. So SimpleFuel is designed in mind that we are able to bypass a lot of the code and standard challenges that large stations with large volumes of hydrogen stored on board have. So our unit can be within 25 feet of a property line, 25 feet from a doorway or ventilation area. There's a number of instances in NFPA 2 that we really were very mindful of being in compliance with from a product standpoint, and to make it very easy for the customer to have installation. So to talk about our experience in the permitting process, PDC was able to get SimpleFuel permitted for our installation in 2 weeks, which may be a record in the country. And the Greentown Lab unit as well was permitted in virtually a similar amount of time, 2 to 3 weeks, because we are very able to point out all of our compliance with the NFPA 2 document. So thank you for that question, Mark. With that, we've really come to the end of our time. We see lots of questions. We really thank you so much for your questions. What we will do is we have these recorded, and we will do our best to prepare answers to them. And we encourage you to send your questions to Jim and myself. And we'd love to talk to you about where you are in the world, your specific application, and how we can support you. With that, I wish you all a very safe and healthy rest of your week, and wherever you're at as business comes back to normal. So thank you so much, and we wish you all a great day.